This is Matador News, and here are today's headlines. Congress starts talks on immigration. Southern Californian Chloe Kim wins the gold medal in half-pipe snowboard. And CSUN students give us the latest on how to make your true love smile.
Hello, I'm Sammy Shaktah.
And I'm Aaron Peeples.
A body was found in a burnt Prius in a Garden Grove parking lot earlier this morning. The Garden Grove Fire Department says the call came in just after 3:30 this morning. The Prius was burning near Strip Mall and no other businesses were reported to be damaged.
Disney is increasing its admission prices at theme parks across the nation. The price increases will vary from park to park based on the number of visitors, but peak one-day prices in Anaheim will be $135. A Disney spokesperson says by increasing the prices based on attendance, it will even out visitors and reduce wait times.
The South African ruling party is demanding that President Jacob Zuma step down after being discredited by corruption scandals. Zuma has agreed to resign eventually, but he says he wants to stay for a few more months. Parliament might vote on a motion of no confidence if Zuma refuses to leave office. A 13-hour-long meeting with South Africa's executive committee ended with an agreement that Zuma will have to leave office for the good of the country. South African government leaders hope the situation could be resolved before their national budget is unveiled to Parliament on February 21st.
Tropical cyclone Gita struck the Pacific island of Tonga, injuring 30 people overnight. A Tongan emergency spokesperson says the Category 4 tropical cyclone is the worst disaster to hit the island in over 30 years. 145-mile-per-hour winds destroyed several buildings, including the Tonga's century-old Parliament House. Both Tonga and American Samoa are declaring a state of emergency. Gita is expected to pass well south of Fiji, although they are still expected to suffer gusty winds and some rain.
President Trump's proposed budget for the Environmental Protection Agency would cut funding for regional water cleanup programs dramatically. The budget, which was released yesterday, would cut funding for the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative by 90%. It would also cut funding to a similar program for the Chesapeake Bay. This would mark the second consecutive year that federal support of environmental programs would lose even more funding.
Russian investigators are saying that human error is to blame for the plane crash that killed 71 people. The pilots failed to turn on the heating unit for the plane's measuring equipment. The Interstate Aviation Committee says Sunday's crash was caused by conflicting speed readings. The malfunctioning equipment caused the pilots to remove the plane from autopilot. After performing a series of maneuvers, the plane took a dive and crashed 6 minutes after takeoff.
Congressional leaders are starting their debate over DACA and President Trump's proposed border wall today in Washington. Democratic Senator Dick Durbin and Senator Majority Leader Mitch McConnell say they're hoping to work together.
But we have a chance this week to get it right. We have a chance to make this work.
There's no reason why we should not reach a bipartisan solution this week. But to do this, we need to get the debate started, look past making political points and focus on actually making law.
While many people are opposed to having the border wall built, others are still opposed for the continuation of DACA.
Here is Matador News reporter Lauren Cienfuegos with more on the California Dream Act.
As Congress starts its debate, the rate of California Dream Act applications for financial aid at colleges and universities is going down. Many students may not be applying due to the fear of being deported. CSUN student Atila Olson says diversity is crucial for university campuses.
I feel like we should all have equal rights to education, be able to apply for any scholarships. It shouldn't really matter where we come from or like what our race is, because that's the whole point of each university. We're all diverse. We're supposed to get campuses to have like this amount percentage of each like race, so it's like diverse. And if people don't want to do it anymore because they're all Hispanics, because they're all like Chinese, whatever it may be, they don't want to do that because then there's no diversity in the campuses. That's not fair to everyone else. They won't be able to get the education as everybody else, and I just don't think that's fair.
The deadline to apply is just 2 weeks away. Less than 20,000 Dreamers have applied for college aid. That's only half of last year's total. California officials still encourage Dreamers to apply for aid through the California Dream Act. Back to Sammy with news on the California drought.
Southern California is desperate for rain, and experts say this week's precipitation is not going to change that. Climatologists say we haven't had significant rainfall since mid-February of last year. February is normally a wet month. Experts are saying this year will be below average. Central Sierra Snow Lab researchers say the water equivalent is lower than drought years from 2012 through 2015.
17-year-old phenom and Southern California native Chloe Kim took home the gold medal in the women's halfpipe. Kim had the gold medal secured before her final run. She then went out and put on a nearly perfect score of 98.25 on what was supposed to be her victory lap. She says she hasn't realized what kind of accomplishment she just achieved.
Someone told me, congrats on the gold medal, and I was just like, don't really know what that means. So I definitely need to just sit with my family and kind of let it sink in, and a few tears will be shed for sure, but I'm really happy to be here.
In between runs, Kim tweeted that she'd wish she had finished her breakfast sandwich because she was getting hangry. Kim joined fellow 17-year-old Red Gerard as the youngest gold medal winners in Winter Olympic history. Elsewhere at the Olympics, former teenage star Shaun White qualified for the halfpipe final. White scored a 98.25 on his final run to qualify first. The halfpipe final will be televised tonight at 5:30. On the ice, sisters Hannah and Marissa Brandon are making history by competing for two different countries. Hannah competes for Team USA while Marissa is competing for the Japanese team. The sisters say it's a special moment they get to share together.
We're going together and get to experience everything for the first time together, which is very special, and not many people can say they've done that with their sisters.
The coolest thing about going to the Olympics together is I'm going to be walking around, I'll be at the dining room, and my sister's going to be there. Most people can't say that.
Hannah and Team USA have qualified for the quarterfinals, while Marissa and Japan have been eliminated. Now we have Melissa Rodriguez with the latest business report.
Microsoft billionaires Bill and Melinda Gates are rethinking their work in America now that Trump is president. In an interview with the Associated Press, the couple says they're digging into the layers of poverty. The two say they disagree with President Trump's views more than any other, and they express their concerns about Trump's America First worldview. The Gates Foundation is studying topics they want to focus on, with no plans yet for any particular initiatives. Amazon will open its first grocery store with no checkout lines. Customers will be able to browse, grab, and walk out. The store will use machine learning sensors and track items and a customer picks up. All you need to do is scan your Amazon Go app and walk in. The shoppers will be charged on their account after they leave. The first store will be open to the public in Seattle. People aren't too happy with the new Snapchat update. A petition to remove the new update has more than 590,000 signatures on change.org. The app is getting criticism because many users say the new interface is difficult to operate. Company officials say the goal was to make it easier to use, and yes, it is a huge update, but hopefully users can eventually get used to it and enjoy it. And now Leonard will give you healthy tips on how to stay strong and live long.
The current flu season in the United States is the worst since the swine flu outbreak 9 years ago. Over 600,000 people have been affected by the flu this year already. Health officials report several thousand deaths a week from flu or pneumonia. Japanese drug maker Shionogi claims it is working on a single-dose pill that can halt the virus. The company says the one-day pill works much faster than Tamiflu. Tamiflu requires twice-a-day doses for 5 days. The pill will not hit U.S. shelves until next year, pending the approval of the FDA. An Oregon woman has the first case of a parasitic infection spread by flies. Abby Beckley says she thought she had some fuzz in her eye and said she made a startling discovery.
So I went like this in like a picking motion, and I felt something in between my fingers, and I pulled it out and I looked down at my finger, and it was a moving worm.
Doctors removed 14 worms from Beckley's left eye. The worms are commonly found in cattle. Beckley had been horseback riding and finishing in Gold Beach, a cattle farming area. Since the procedure, there have been no additional symptoms. Now let's go back to Melissa for entertainment gossip.
England's Prince Harry and fiancée Meghan Markle revealed the date and the time of their wedding ceremony. The wedding will take place in St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle on May 19th. It will be on television on 10 30 in California. Kingston Palace, the royal residence where Harry lives, says it will be officiated by the Dean of Windsor, the Right Reverend David Connor, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby. The royal family also revealed the route of the procession following the ceremony when the newlyweds first emerged as husband and wife. Prince Harry and Markle announced their engagement in November when Harry told reporters he knew Markle was the one for it from the very first time they met. Valentine's Day is approaching, and some airports and airlines have set up pop-up marriage license bureaus this year. The Las Vegas downtown clerk office is overwhelmed with couples applying for last-minute marriages. McCarran International Airport will be setting up the pop-ups through February 17th in the baggage claim area on Terminal 1. For couples in a rush, the Las Vegas airport also has a 24-hour flower vending machine and to-go liquor shop. 50 Shades Free tops the box office the weekend before Valentine's Day. The movie made an estimated $38.8 million in its opening weekend. This helps put the movie franchise over $1 billion combined. Freed is expected to reach $95 million before it's taken out of theaters. This weekend's big opening, Black Panther, is expected to pull in $170 million. From 50 Shades Free to Tied Down, we have Vanica Santos in the Matador newsroom covering what students have planned for Valentine's Day and their favorite love song.
Before Valentine's Day, and Matadors are getting ready to celebrate love. So what are your plans for Valentine's Day?
Wow, my plans for Valentine's Day. Well, not to break it to you, but I did have my heart broken. Well, it was broken, and they kind of just blew that dust in the wind. Anyways, thank you, Maddie. I needed that. Yeah.
Probably grab something to eat, hit the beach, and just hang out, enjoy the sun with my significant other, you could say.
Well, we have a game. Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah, he's excited. He's going to be at the game.
What's your favorite love song?
Very Special by Deborah Laws. You're very special. You know the rest.
I'm not trying to give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. And I don't want to sound too desperate. I need love and affection.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. Matadors are the only way to go down. And please don't make it. I said love is made for Cal State Northridge. Yes, it is.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, we're Hi. We want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day, and what better way to celebrate than with Valentine's Day grams. So come get your Valentine's Day grams from AOPI.
Happy Valentine's Day, Matadors.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Aaron Peeples.
I'm Sammy Shaktah.
I'm Leonard Tesher.
And I'm Melissa Rodriguez. Happy Valentine's Day.